YouTube is going on today, everybody, back with another video. And before the video gets started, I want to make sure that y'all know, very important, I cannot stress this enough. Like the video, subscribe, do all that. No, but seriously though, because I don't really focus like on my numbers and things like that, but ever since like ESBC's been kicking off, or since I started covering it like the end of last year, I've been showing love. So I appreciate that. Thank you to everybody that watches, subscribe, likes, dislike. I appreciate that a lot. A lot. I really do. Even if y'all wouldn't, I'd still be out here, getting it in. You feel me? Because I really enjoy getting on this microphone and just talking a whole bunch of nonsense. Because that's really what I'm doing. I'm talking a whole bunch of bullshit. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm educating people and giving my takes and opinions. But over the weekend, I noticed Fight Night was trending. And when I think of Fight Night and it trending, I'm thinking of like a fight night in the UFC. Fight night, whatever. That's how I'm thinking about Fight Night trending. I wasn't even thinking about the actual Fight Night game, but I clicked on it and it said something along the lines of EA is bringing back a beloved franchise. That's how I actually read it. I didn't pay attention to the EA Sports part of it. So I'm thinking like, man, why these goddamn fools got this trending? If EA bringing something back, it's going to be Mass Effect. It's going to be Dead Space 3, which I recently just got. Not Dead Space 3, but Dead Space. Because I recently got Dead Space 3. And that franchise is fire. So I'm like, man, why y'all think EA does more than sports games? But I didn't pay attention to the EA Sports part. It had it in that post. It had EA Sports, and even on EA.com on their news section, it says here, look, we're not allowed to tell you much about this one yet, sorry, but we can say this spotlight will highlight an extremely cool new addition to an extremely popular and long-running EA Sports franchise. This is going to be a live stream on July 20th at 10 a.m. Specific Standard Time. I may live stream that. I don't know. Just in case it is Fight Night. But I've been kind of thinking, and I feel like there are a few other games that they could try to attack before they try to make a Fight Night. And I have a reason at the end of why, I think. So, number one, we already know NCAA football is announced. They're probably maybe already started working on that. That's coming back. Big W for that. It's crazy that their NCAA football games are pretty good and their just Madden games are just downright terrible. Oh, well, actually, I know why. That one of them had, well, actually, the last NCAA, I think, had like a dynasty type team thing mode, but it's huge on Madden. That's the only reason people play Madden. It is because, I can get this card that I got last year and play the game. Like it's crazy. There's not even any really like money in competitive Madden too. That's the crazy part. Nonetheless, sticking with the NCAA theme, why not bring back basketball? NCAA basketball. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question here. Think. How many of your friends actually had NCAA basketball? I had one. That year, Kentucky had Wall in Cousins. I think Blake Griffin was on that joint. But that's the only game that he ever got for NCAA basketball, and I never got one. So when it says a extremely popular title, I don't think the basketball would actually go under that. Because, again, at least in my circle, I don't remember nobody ever getting that joint. But, again, the reason it's like the most likely for me, in my opinion, is because they're bringing back NCAA football and the recent NCAA rule changes where people can now get paid for their likeness. The kids can now get paid for their likeness. So that would be I don't think that would be extremely hard to do for them to make a basketball game. Next, number 2 is going to be NBA Live. Now, a lot of people think NBA Live, they're just done with it. They never actually officially said they're done. They just said that they're going to skip, I think, was it Live 20 or 21? They were going to skip a year and come back, but they never ended up coming back. I think that this could be, and this may actually should be number 1 because, like I said, it says extremely popular and long running. Live used to be the best basketball game ever. You can probably go play NBA Live 10, Adidas Live Run, and that joint still hold up to this day. That may actually need to be number 1. They could have taken some time off, got things right, made some new hires, and got that game right, and now want to compete with 2K. Now, third, the reason this is number 3 is because, again, 2K and EA are trying to compete with each other. 2K can now make a street type football game. EA, they can just monopolize the whole market again by bringing back NFL Street. Or even sticking in that same realm. Let's say they don't want to compete. They still could bring back NBA Street. They could remaster NBA Street, Volume 2? We on that. I remember having 4 controllers hooked up, playing my cousins. Like that shit, that brings back memories. The soundtrack, what's it? The Nelly joint, you might catch me on the road, but not in my house. That joint used to go hard. Man. But so they could do the street joints. Just those again, I don't know if it was long running. I think they only had like 2 each. But they could be over exaggerating. But it was definitely extremely popular. I don't know if Def Jam was made by like on the sports side, but Def Jam would be next. But I don't think it's actually on the sports side. But if it is, yeah, I would still have that on their priority over Fight Night. Imagine getting who's cool, motherfucking Lil Durk and pulling out the chopper, like that'd be cool. Because rappers nowadays don't fight, so it would be weird to see them fight. But anyway, so next would be MVP baseball. San Diego studio has just had a chokehold on the baseball scene, and it is the best sports title ever. Not ever, but it's the best sports title out today. It's been good since, when is the first time I played? I think the first time I played MLB was 11. MLB 11, the show or something. So it's like they've been dropping quality games for a while. EA could try to throw their hat into that, take some people away from that, do their own thing. Again, San Diego Studios really has a chokehold on that market. It's the least likely before Fight Night. And again, next on the list, the least likely out of all these games is Fight Night. And the reason I have Fight Night as the least likely is because of the Forbes article that came out earlier this year, where it says EA is monitoring what Esports Boxing Club is doing, seeing how the game goes. If they have a successful game, they might, again, try to throw their hat into that. That's how I'm thinking of it. That's mainly the reason why. Now, if EA just wants to be like, man, let's try to stifle Esports Boxing Club and what they're doing, who knows? They could have already been working on to have that joint out sometime next year. Who knows? And it's not like EA doesn't rush games. So it could be, but I just think it's very, very unlikely due to the fact that we've already got word that they're watching ESBC. So that I don't think that's a number one priority for them, going after a small indie team. But maybe it is. Maybe we've made enough rumblings to where they want to address that issue before it gets big. Who knows? But I have another. How long is this? 10 minutes. Okay, we're gonna cut it short. I'm gonna make another video. I'm out. Bye.